Alright, so here we're going again. It's been a while since I've done any streaming. Hopefully there aren't any major issues while I try to do this. You know, just have a fun, lighthearted stream where we don't fuck everything up immediately. So yeah, if you didn't know already, today is my birthday, March 4th. I am 18 years old now, so to show my maturity, I'm gonna be looking at all of the horrible adolescent videos that I made and rank them from best to worst, because they all suck! Not really, no, I don't think they all suck. You know, most of them do, though. Most of my videos suck. I guess that's just the thing with self-deprecation. If you do it too much, you just look like you're a loser without any self-confidence. But I'm just gonna let chat come in. We're gonna try to have a fun night, ranking all of my own videos, saying what I think of them in retrospect. You know, have a little bit of fun in chat, I guess. This might be your first time seeing me in live action. This is the live action remake of my channel, you see. I've done facecam quite a few times before. I feel like I need to mention this every time I do a live stream, but I do facecam whenever I do a live stream, just because, you know, has something more to do on screen, so people like are less bored when not as much is happening. They can just look at my voice. They can't look at my. You can look at my mouth. You can see me talking and doing various hand gestures, and that acts as entertainment for you. I don't think many people are really gonna get on this anyway, but you know, like always, it'll probably be reposted to the second channel. But for now, we're gonna do some ranking. We're gonna rank my videos. And a friend pointed this out to me. I didn't include the Hoodwink video. I guess I disowned that video because it's not on here anymore. So if you're wondering why the Hoodwink video isn't on there, it's because I don't want it in my house anymore until it straightens out its life decisions. Alright. So the first video we're going to be looking at, well, we're not going to be looking at them, we're just going to be ranking them. First video that I have, well, not that I ever did, the first video that's available on my channel. If I showed you my first video that I ever did, I think I'd, I'm wheezing and gasping just at the thought of it. Here it is. The cartoon community video, which I made talking about various creators in the cartoon community. And honestly, I kind of think this video has held up surprisingly well. Like, I think I'll put it in, like, C tier. Because I miss having the ability to be, like, really chill, but also not boring. So, like, I didn't have as much inflections in my voice when I originally made that video. I think that was back in 2018. I was like, ah, damn, I might have been 14 or 15. It was a long-ass time ago. I might have been 14. I don't know. But basically, I was not very good at showing emotion, but at the same time, for that specific video, it felt like that was almost intentional in a way, even though it very much wasn't. And I can still watch that video, surprisingly. Like, for most videos, with most of my old content, I can't watch them. And this was made with, like, not Windows Movie Maker, it was made with iMovie and a few other, like, apps and such. But it looks like an actual video that was made with good editing software. I mean, at most points, there are probably a few that can make it easier to tell that this was recorded and edited on a phone. But at the same time, you know, it could have been way worse. So, yeah, I'm not going to be putting that too low. It's going to be a bit hard for me to remember the exact order these are done in, so I'm just going to go with the next video that shows up. So we got my Keemstar versus H3H3 drama video. Remember the H3H3 Keemstar drama? Not this 2016 one, the 2021 one. I'm repeating myself a lot. You know what? You get what I mean, I think. You remember that? It was pretty dumb. Lasted for like a few weeks. I barely caught on to the bandwagon there. Just to say that it was dumb because it was. Yes, I didn't have much passion in this video. I think there was like a good message, I guess, but that was about it. It goes in D tier. I barely even remember making this video, but then again, that's a thing for, like, most of my videos, unless I'm, like, incredibly passionate about it, which I usually try to be with my videos, but even then, a lot of it does kind of blend together and make this gelatinous blob in my mind of edit, write, research, edit, write, research, record audio, record video. I guess that happens after you repeat a process for enough times. The second Antunes video, pretty good video, I'd say. I think it's pretty well constructed as far as my videos go. I did have a little bit of help on the script there, but I think that actually helped it a lot. I'm gonna put that in A tier. The first Antunes video, still decent video, decent enough, not as good as the second Antunes video by a long shot. You really don't even need to watch it if you watch the second Antunes video. I guess it provides some context, but I pretty much provide that in the second Antunes video. Antunes, last time I checked on him, it seemed like he was still holding a grudge about that whole video, and I haven't even thought about him in, like, over a year. I wonder if he's gonna, like, find this stream clip. Like, if somebody takes this out of context and sends it to him, he's gonna, like, have a major reaction to it. I don't know. I haven't thought about the guy in forever, and I'm not even in the commentary community anymore, so... But yeah, I'll put this at, like, I'll put this in C tier. It's alright. The second Bakugan retrospective. Not as good as the first one, I don't think. Well, actually, it was a bit better constrained than the first one. For the first one, I thought that was going to be the only one I made, so I also talked about the second season a little bit. And honestly, it's not really as well constructed. If I knew I was going to make that into a series, I don't know if I'm ever going to do the part 4, because I know it's probably going to get 0 views, but if I'm ever feeling like it, I might just do it because. But anyway, so I do think the second one is kind of better constructed, but at the same time, fuck, the editing for the first 2 Bakugan videos, and a lot of these videos, it's bad. I'm gonna put this in. How many videos am I going to put in C tier? Probably a lot of them. The third Bakugan retrospective video is alright. Nothing grand. It doesn't have quite as much passion as the other ones, so even if it's better edited and such, I'm gonna put it behind them. First Bakugan retrospective video, up top among the 3 that I've done. If I ever do a 4th one, that might be the highest one when that comes out. If that comes out, probably just because I'll be way more motivated to make it. But you know, who knows really. So the Bellina Productions video, I remember very vaguely making this. Like, my cousin commented on it, not under the video. He commented on it in real life, because it was something that I was very personally attached to when I was really young. So it was interesting seeing that be brought up by someone that I actually knew. But other than that, the video itself is... it's okay. Honestly, it's... yeah... it's like middle of the road, C. How many of these am I going to put in C? Okay, my second B-Stars video. I really like my second B-Stars video, and honestly, when I first was looking back on it, I thought that I was going to dislike it. I thought I was going to dislike the editing. I think the editing in it is actually pretty solid, pretty nice. I remember I spent so much time on that video. It didn't get many views, but I'm still proud of it, and I finally found a good thumbnail for it after a while. Thank Christ, so many of those that I made for that video were so bad. I'm going to put that in B tier. Yeah, I'm going to put that in B. First B-Stars video was Spoctor. A little bit of a mess. One of my first collabs. It was fun to work on, obviously, but it's not that great of a video, really. Middle C tier. Above behind the first Bakugan retrospective, above the second one. Man, this is a weird ranking system that I'm going for. My Book of Life video. I really like my Book of Life video. I think it's a pretty good video. I nailed it on the thumbnail game. Like, when I first made it, I didn't realize how good it looked, but damn, baby, that's a good looking thumbnail. I impress myself sometimes. I'm gonna put that at a lower B. I only talked about the thumbnail. I think that the topics that I brought up were also unique as far as some of the videos that I've done, and I've always had a long-standing love for Book of Life, so I feel like that translated well into the video. My third Butch Hartman video, it wasn't like the most scraping for the barrel video I've ever done, but at the same time, it's not my best work, not in the Butch Hartman series necessarily. The thing about these videos is I always make them quick, and I always make them like short and mostly just trying to shit on Butch as much as possible for the sake of it to have fun. But for this one, it did feel like especially dry. All I had to really go off of was the Oaxis website, and, you know, it turned out alright. Didn't turn out terribly, but, you know, it could have been better. I'll put it, you know, behind the Beastars video. The second Butch Hartman video, my favorite in the Butch Hartman series. There was a lot of content about Butch going on that year that I felt was very easy to talk about and make fun of, and I had a lot of fun with it, so I'm going to put that at a B tier. The first Butch Hartman video, the one that's, well, not the one that started it all, because I had other videos. Oh god. I hope those videos never resurface, honestly. I hope my video that originally, the first video that I ever got that got over 1,000 views, it was called, I've Lost All Respect for Butch Hartman. It was, oh god, it was so terrible. It was a 5-minute video where I was just walking around my grandparents' house. You didn't see that. It was a still image the entire time. But I was walking around my grandparents' house, and I was just saying, I was so full of rage because of some shit that Butch did, and I was like, oh, I've lost all respect for him. He said he wanted things to be this way, and I don't like that. It's fucking, I hate him. I hate Butch Hartman. It was a terrible video, but it did get me a lot of views that I floundered around with for a long time, trying to get the same hype with, until I eventually did get more views in it and felt safe getting rid of it. Because I held on to it for so long because I thought it would destroy me in the algorithm if I didn't, even though I was barely getting any views. But yeah, so the first exposed Butch Hartman video, my 500 subscriber special, that's what it was. I honestly do like this one, but I don't think it's as good as the second, so you know, just for the significance, I'll put it at the bottom of B. The Kolobi Productions video, one of my most popular videos. I hate the editing. Like, I had just learned what the defocus tool was in Sony Vegas, and you can tell because I had no idea how to scale that to make it look appealing in the slightest. I hate looking at it whenever I revisit it. You know, it had some good jokes in there. I find some of it funny, but, you know, at the same time, this was also around the time that my parents wanted to edit some of my scripts, so I had it in the script that it said, children are idiots, and they don't understand things very well, and my dad was like, well, you can't call children idiots, they're not idiots. So, if you watch that video, you can clearly hear, like, 2 of the words have been, taken out and replaced with something else. I don't remember the exact phrasing, but you can hear it very well, because, I had no idea how to do audio balancing either. But yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna put it in, I'm gonna put this shit in bottom of C tier. Bottom C tier. Not a very good video. My second cartoon community video, much better than the first one. Okay, maybe, in ways it's better than the first one. I like how it's structured more. I also got way more attention from the people that I was talking about because I was more on their level. I think the first one was made when I had, like, fuck it, like 30 subs? So few subs. But the second one, man, like, everyone was commenting on that one. I remember I made fun of Noah and said that he was boring, and he said in the comments that he also thought he was boring. That was some funny stuff. I'll put it, like, between the Butch Hartman videos. The Cancel Culture Chronicles. One of the first ones I made after getting popular. Well, more popular. My almost internet micro-celebrity status. I think I had, like, 15K around the time that I made it. I've been wanting to change the thumbnail for the longest time, but I just haven't had the motivation to. I don't know, I'm just like that, where some menial task isn't up to me. Like, oh, it's not going to take that much time, but I really don't want to do it. But yeah, the Cancel Culture Chronicles, you know, it has a very good message on it. It has some pretty decent ideas in there. One of my better early writing pieces, really. I'll put it near the top of C. My Cinderella video. This video had a shaky production schedule. I had a good editor on it, Mr. Cake Dragon, but, you know, it seemed like he had a lot going on, and there were a lot of editing problems that I tried to fix that weren't fully capable of being fixed in the time. It's gotten more popular as of late, and I did have a lot of passion behind the script, but there are parts of it that I still wish I could have changed. It's nothing on Mr. Cake Dragon as an editor. He's a good editor. It's just that it seemed that on this specific production, he had a bit of trouble. So I'll still put it at like, you know, like a lowest B. Not my best work. Kappa was inevitable. I don't remember making this one. Like, I remember I made it around the Kappa stuff, like, when Kappa was getting more heavily enforced, but I don't remember making it, really. I remember, I looked at it for like a few minutes, and then I realized, did I make this? What did I say in it? What the fuck did I say in it? I don't even remember. And then I looked and I thought, I don't want to watch this. It's embarrassing. Same with this video. YouTube's corporate takeover. I don't remember making this. I know I made it. I know I released it, but I don't remember making it. You can tell that these were some of the more fillery videos that I made, where I just didn't know what to make, so I made these videos. I honestly could not say what they did, or what they were about, really. Well, I could say what they were about, but I don't remember what I said in them. I don't know what my points were. Sorry if these are like your favorite videos of mine. I don't remember them, and I don't think anyone else really does either. My Cosmodor video. I'd say that's a pretty good video. Like, that's a low A. I think like my points were pretty good in that. I had a personal connection to that. There was a lot of anger going into that video, and I think that it actually, for once, like, I feel like my anger sometimes translates badly and sometimes it translates well into scripts. I think this is one of the chances where it translated very well. So yeah, I'd call that an A. My second Creepshow art video. I remember making it, obviously. I remember saying things in it. I don't think it was as good as my first Creepshow art video, because it was, unlike the first one, the second one had a lot of the same points that were parroted over from a lot of other people, though I tried to put my personal spin on it, obviously. It was my last commentary video, so I could have gone out way worse, but, you know, mid-B, yeah. Yeah, I'll put it, yeah, actually, higher B, I guess, yeah. First Creepshow art video. I still like that video. I feel like I made a lot of good points in it. I'd put that at a low A. My Crunchyroll video. I did some good research for this video, a good amount of research. That's why this next company video hasn't been done yet, because I've been so busy over like the last several months getting ready to graduate high school and all of that like a year early. Oh, it's been a long ride. I'm very close to finishing, and I'll try to make the next company video when I feel like I possibly can without the algorithm fucking me for taking too long. But this was the shortest of the 3 company videos I made so far. I think it's pretty good. I think it still holds up pretty well. I'd put that at a high B. The Daft Pina versus John Bob situation video. Definitely a unique topic that no one else was really discussing at the time. I feel like there were a lot of important points that I had to bring up in that video, like the idea that just talking to someone is like platforming them and shit like that, which is a common sentiment still in several areas of commentary, which I feel is so fucking bogus. I put it at mid-B. Mid-B. The worst of Danganronpa, one of my earlier review videos. I think it's okay. It's not the best. It's mostly just listing the characters, which is something I also did for the worst Total Drama Videos video. And, you know, it's not a bad format to go by. It could have been way worse. I also still don't like the editing that much on this one either, though, so... like, high C. Okay, mid C. My anime versus manga Death Note video. It was a really unique concept. I knew that going in. I didn't expect it to, like, slowly ramp up and become more popular as it went, because I made it in, like, a few days, because I needed to pump something out that was short and sweet as I was going on a holiday. But in retrospect, it is a pretty good video, I think. I like doing videos that are on more abstract concepts, or just things that people wouldn't generally talk about as much, because they're usually either something that won't get views or there's something that will get a good amount of views, and I like to roll the dice because I'm not always in it just for views, even though, you know, views are pretty nice, help pay the bills. I don't pay bills yet, I still live with my parents, but you get what I'm saying. You understand. Not quite A, but, you know, good mid B. My Demon Slayer video. I was a bit salty about the backlash for this one for the longest time, but I still stand by a lot of the points in it that I haven't already disowned. I think it's a pretty good video, all things considered. Like, it holds up better than a lot of my other older content. I'll put it in A. Mid-A. My Disney video. I love my Disney video. I think it's one of my best videos, generally. I'm gonna put it at near the top of A. I had so much to speak on that one, and I feel like it really transitioned over well. Like, I could have made it bloated. I could have made it too long, but I don't think I did. I think it was the perfect amount of time, and I feel like I really nailed it on the thumbnail as well. Like, I love that thumbnail. The fucking drama channel one. The one where I said drama channels are doomed to fail. It's decent, you know, like lower B tier. You know, there are better. There are also worse. My Dorkly Was Never Funny video. I hate watching this video because for like the last 4 minutes I used the same footage from like one video over and over and over again to talk about it. And I could have made a sequel to that video, or a remake more like, where I decided to actually go more in-depth on my problems with Dorkly, because I still have problems with him, though I'm not going to be talking about him at this point probably. But it did feel a little bit underfleshed. It's like a mid-C. Yeah. My Eden Zero video. The Eden Zero video was a big undertaking for me because I had to try and go for a completely different editing style, which took a lot of time to work out, and I think it really paid off in the end. I think it made for a very good looking video, something that I have not done before on my channel, and something that I hope I'll be able to do sometime in the future. There are a few ideas I have that could lead me to doing a sort of editing style like that, but goddamn, it took me so long to edit that video because of the unique way it was edited. Some might think it was over-edited, but I think it looked really good. I had a lot of passion going into that video. I think I'm going to put it at A. My Mr. Inner video. As far as my analytical content goes, I really like my Mr. Inner video. It's definitely one of my nicest, like, ranting videos. One of my nicer ranting videos. And I feel like it was one of the first videos I gave where I gave advice that could apply to not only commentators, but just people who are into editing and that sort of thing in general. I feel like some of the advice that I gave was not great in retrospect. Like, I could give much better advice now. But, you know, it was still pretty good. It's still a pretty good video. It made a lot of decent points, I think. Yeah, so I'm gonna put that at the top of B. Immediately gonna put my pyrocynical videos in A category. Just because, you know, I feel like for the second pyrocynical video, I did make a lot of good points there. But at the same time, you know, some of the claims I made, mostly just one claim about, I forget exactly what it was, but I made one claim that was out of line, since you couldn't directly prove it. I apologize for them in the follow-up. That was my mistake, obviously. You know, I was not as in the wrong as a lot of other people were in that case. But yeah, so let's see. Hyojin and Co. No, not everyone's Etika. It is a decent video. that strings together its narrative all right. The last story I told about Pie Guy or something, I forget his name. Um, no, it wasn't that. It was some other guy. But apparently, there's a lot of misconceptions going around. There was a lot of misconceptions going around what happened there. I did not get the right story. It was my mistake. I really wish I could have changed that. That brings it down in my eyes, obviously. It is still a landmark video for my channel in that it helped me grow so much. But, you know, it's not that great of a video. Mid-C. My extra credits video, one of the only ones where I'm specifically responding to a singular video. It was funny. I remember it being kind of funny. Yeah, kind of fillery content, though. Honestly, low C. My Timmy Turner, well, my Channel Chasers video is what it was. I was saying Timmy Turner just because that was the first thing I saw. My Channel Chasers video, shorter video on a topic that I like. It could have been better, honestly. Well, I mean, I think I gave it as much as I could for what the topic was. Like, there wasn't too much I could really say about Channel Chasers. But, you know, it's probably as best as I could have done it. It's not... among my videos, it doesn't rank the highest. It's like a... Yeah, I think that's adequate. I like that video, but I still think, like, in comparison to others, you know, it could have been better. My Fairy Tail versus One Piece video... It's really two different topics that I wanted to talk about put into one, and I think that kind of brings it down. I didn't want to make two more videos talking about Fairy Tail and One Piece, so I merged them into one and didn't know how to title it. Honestly, probably shouldn't have done that. It brings down the video in my eyes. I do like some of the comparisons that I talk about within it, showing, like, you know, the double mentality around that. But, you know, it's a C-tier video. I'm not gonna deny that. My Fairy Tail video. My 3-hour Fairy Tail video. I want to remake this. I want to remake this video. Because I made it originally as I went along, and I think that really shows. I had never seen the series all the way through when I was creating that video, so I watched it arc by arc, and you can really tell, because as it goes on, it keeps going further and further down the road into becoming just a recap of what was going on. And I really want to do a remake of the video that's a lot better whenever I fucking find the time to do it. I don't know if I can... I don't know how long that would take me. Probably a while. The Rick and Morty video took me a while. But... as it is, it's like... it's higher C. Because I still have respect for it being my longest video for the longest time. For the Gintama video. The Funimation video. Made some decent points in there. Made some not so decent points. It's a low B. Just gonna say that. My most recent video, my Gabby video. I really like the video. I like how it turned out. Not many people are watching it. But at the same time, I don't care. Mid B. My every episode of Gintama video. Oh boy. That took almost 3 months to make. And I did it all by myself. The fact that I made it alone should be, like, an indicator of quality. Like, as in, I mean, I think it's good. I think it was well done. Much more well done than the Fairy Tail video, since it was actually an episode-by-episode, like, review and ranking. I don't think I could have really made it better than it was. I think it was pretty good. I'm gonna... Just for, like, the accomplishment that it was, I'm gonna put it at a lower A. I still haven't put an S video. My High Guardian Spice video, I made some pretty good points in that one. I like that video. Not much to say. I just, you know, like it. A. My Deviant Cringe video. I remember when no one was talking about Deviant Cringe, and I was like the only guy to ever do it. Well, not the only guy to ever do it, but the only guy who did talk about it in, like, 2020. Those were the days, weren't they? When we could just talk about Deviant Cringe. I love how the thumbnail turned out for that one. It looks really good. I don't remember too well what I said in it. I'll just put it at mid C. That's where it's go. That's where it's gonna go. My Tamers 1 2 3 4 5 video. Tamers 1 2 3 4 5 is still very entertaining, and I still don't know if he's a troll. And I do like how this video turned out. So higher C. The Iron Giant video. I still have mixed reception on that, and I have mixed feelings about it because, you know, there are ideas in it that work, there are ideas in it that don't work quite as well. Some of my ideas are well presented, some of them aren't as well presented. I'll put it in B. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Ooh, okay. Still there. Almost lost all the progress we made on this wonderful stream. I don't know why it timed out, but it did. So yeah, like low B. Oh, hey, I should look to see if we got... Oh, we got some super chats in here. Sorry if I didn't look at them before, but I will look at them now. Most of them are from the same guy, Tailcode Games. Thank you for the things. Ninjago, $2 from Tailcode Games. Ninjas that go. They say go slow, and everyone just stands so. Okay then, I don't. The Ninjago video is not counted on this. I did not count any unlisted or deleted videos. If I did, we'd have to be here all day. But okay, so let's see here. My Leafy video, decent, not great. You know, it's like mid C. My Lich video. It was on a topic that I was very interested in. That's what I'm going to say for a lot of these videos. It was on a topic I was very interested in. I don't think anyone remembers this video because it has, like, no views, but I had fun making it. I still remember the fun I had making it. It's a solid B. Like, lowest B. Long Live the Royals video. I was so happy when I decided to make that video because I thought, oh, no one's talked about this. No one's talked about Long Live the Royals. I'm going to get no views on this, but it's a topic that no one has talked about. I am a god in the Long Live the Royals community because I made this video. I'm not saying this like, I'm just saying this as an assumption. I don't know if this is for a fact. Probably is, though, for like the 5 Long Live the Royals fans there still are. Yeah, it was it's decent. You know, it's good enough. My Loud House video featuring LS Mark. I like the editing, very much so. Whenever I do collaborations now, I try to make sure the editing is good, just to show off to them, show them what I can do in case they even watch the video. But it turned out very good. I'd put it near top of B. I should probably think about putting something in S. Probably. I should look at what I have and maybe put 1 or 2 in S. I guess I just don't have that high of an opinion of myself to put something in S. Shit. Fuck. Whatever, fuck it. My middle school Redux video. Much better than the first middle school video that I did. I'm glad that I unlisted it. You might be able to find it. It's not very good. It's just watch the Redux. It's way better. Redo. Whatever. However you pronounce it. It's much better. Go for that. Please. Please. It's like a good higher B. My Mulan video. Not well edited at all. I had just gotten Bandicam and I barely knew how to use it. You can see how, like, pixelated and shit a lot of stuff is. Oh, I made it in a few days and it's one of my most popular videos. I'm very much, you know, like the thumbnail. I'm infuriated about that. I wish it wasn't as popular as it was. Some good points in it, some good rage. Some genuine rage in there. more rage than I generally have in videos. So for that, I'll put it at mid B. I'll put it higher than that. There we go, mid B. My Hero Academia video. I don't like some of the earlier points that I made about like the you can be a hero shit, whatever I said there. I remember I didn't like it that much. As of recent, the last time I checked on it. You know, it still has a lot of fun stuff. It's a fun video. It's one of my more generic as far as structure goes, because I didn't know how to format an MHA video other than the most generic way possible. But for what it is, you know, it could have been worse. That's what I'll say for a lot of these as well. It could have been worse. Like, I could have done worse. I think I'll put the fucking Funimation video higher. My Nostalgia Critic versus AVGN video. I'm surprised by how well this holds up, other than the audio. The audio is very quiet. I don't know why that is, but it's just, it's very quiet. Still my most popular video. I hope one day I surpass it, even though it did not age that badly. It hasn't aged badly, though it hasn't aged very well either. Not A, but, you know. High B. That's a good placement. My Ni no Kuni video. I had so much passion going into that. It was the first time I ever talked about the game. A game. Last time I talked about a game. I've been meaning to break that cycle by talking about another game of mine that I think could do well. But this, it's bombed. It bombed very hard. And looking back on it, I can kind of see why. It's not the most engaging video. Could have been better. Though, you know, it could have... Fuck, I was going to say it could have been worse again. I really need to get an expanded vocabulary for this kind of thing. But yeah, it's high C. My Mr. Nightmare video. Honestly, I don't really like this one. Don't really like it that much anymore. Could have been better. Probably would have been better if I didn't make it. It seems a bit unnecessary. Like some of the editing. That's about it. My Verbal Ace. I remember Verbal Ace himself commented under it after a bunch of people had said, like, oh, you're too mean to Verbal Ace. And he was like, this is a good video. And I really appreciated that. Bottom B. Bottom of B. My second PK Russell video. I wouldn't say necessarily that it's better than the first PK Russell video, but it is more expansive than the first PK Russell video. But it was also trying to do something different than the first PK Russell video. I still like a lot of the points in the video. Fuck. I still like a lot of the points that I made there. Gotta go up. I'm gonna put that as a low A. My first PK Russell video, that's going straight into mid B territory. One of the only other videos, I think it was the only other video besides the extra credits one, where I responded to one specific video. Man, those were the days, weren't they? My second Prismmate Luke video. I think it's better than the first Prismmate Luke video. It was a little too nice in the first one. The second one went a bit more in-depth. And I think that's part of why it was substantially more popular. I kind of like it more than my first Creepshow art video. The first Prismmate Luke video, still a good video. Still could have been... Fuck. I need to stop saying still could have been worse. Still a good video. Still has points that I agree with. I like being more laid back than being aggressive, but I feel like for this specific scenario, aggression worked in my favor. I'll put that right before the inner video at B. My Rick and Morty video, very recent. I'm very proud of my recent Rick and Morty video. I'm definitely going to put it, it's very fresh in my mind still. I'm going to put it near the top of A. So much work went into that video. And I still stand by it, even though it's only been a month, and you'd expect me to stand by it. My Black Eyed Peas video. I remember my family, like when my family found my YouTube video, this was when they singled out as being like, wow, this is such a good video. I don't really like this video that much. Mostly just because of my line delivery. Like, I feel so bored in it. I feel like my delivery is so bored half the time. Like, oh yeah, this is what happened. This is the Black Eyed Peas. Blah, 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 blah. Ugh, almost unable to watch that video. Bottom C. My Sam Gladiator video, do not remember making. Like, it was on a very specific situation, but I don't remember making it. My Santa Inc. video. Good. Not much else to say, just good. Did not expect it to get as popular as it did, but it did. It's a good video. It's good. My my baby nut video, really out of the box for those kind of video, to be on that kind of video. Like, it's really disconnected from pretty much anything I've done before, and I think that's kind of in a good way, because it allowed me to do stuff that I hadn't before, and it's really stand out, obviously, in my catalog, even though I don't think I ever really did anything like it after, but you know, it's like a high C. Sonic Underground. I remember people were like, whoa, you made, I see what you did there. You made a Vinesauce Vinny reference. And I didn't know that Vinesauce Vinny made a reference that was like Sonic Underground, more like 6 Feet Underground. I just thought Sonic Underground, Sonic 6 Feet Underground. It was an easy correlation for me to make. I didn't know that Vinesauce did that. Just call it a random coincidence. But the video itself, lower B, really. Not much else to say. Some of these don't have much to say. Don't have much to say on the Butters video either. Just that I like the points. Kenny also could have been a candidate for it, really, alongside Butters, as people have pointed out to me. But it's not bad. It's not even really mediocre. It's a good video. Space Jam video. Did its job. Like, it filled time. And, I had some fun things to say about it. Hi, C. My Spetchy and Fox Goodman video. I'll put it in C, just lower C, just because it's kind of forgettable. Could have been better. My first Terraformers video. I love the videos where I'm talking about something that I personally like that pretty much no one else really gives a shit about. I feel like those are the videos that turn out better, like the Eden Zero video. Sometimes I talk about popular topics and they do very well, and I'm also very passionate about them, but I feel like the more underground, less talked about topics are the ones that really get me the views. Oh, we only got so many left. My live action Terraformers video. I love talking about the live action Terraformers video. It was such a fun mess. It introduced me to Takashi Miike, who I didn't realize this had a reference to him. There's so many references to him in like the No More Heroes franchise. I never played him, but it definitely opened that door for me, and I've watched some more of his films, and they're really fun, and they're just fun. They're really good. They're also, some of them are actually really good movies. But yeah, so good experience overall, and a good video that I like. My Whatever Happened to Stuff with Scoutfly. It's mediocre. It's mediocre, really. Mediocre. My 1 Million Moms video. The editing is so outdated in that one as well, but at the same time, it's one of the few badly edited videos on my channel where I think, you know, that's charming. It's charmingly badly edited, and it's just me ragging on 1 Million Moms, but I like revisiting it sometimes. which I can't say for a lot of other videos I've done. The first Pyrocynical video, decent look at the whole thing without taking any sides. I really could have done worse with that. Stop canceling Kitty Dog. Really don't remember it. Don't even really remember it that well. I remember people were calling Kitty Dog like an animal abuser when not an animal abuser, like a sexual animal abuser when that wasn't the case. And I was like, bro, don't say that. It's wrong. It's not. That's very much incorrect. Stop saying that. That's about all I remember. Don't really think it's really even worth ranking. My first Total Drama video. It was a very rage-fueled installment. It's made me think about potentially doing a video where I look over all the Total Drama videos. I mean, all the Total Drama seasons. Might do that. But for this one in particular, yeah, it's good. Bottom of B. My Speed Racer. The Next Generation video. I see. My best Total Drama season video on World Tour. I think it's better than the first one. Just for the better structure. So I'll put it there. My Predicting YouTube Rewind. It's kind of in its own category, so I'm going to just put a non-applicable. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 video could have been more fleshed out. I put so many of my videos in C, and most of them are old. And then there's the Zoophile PSA video. Again, I don't really think that's worth ranking. Like, I think there's good about it, but I feel a bit weird ranking it among all these regular videos I've done. I should put some in S, so... Fuck. Okay, I'll just put the ones that I'm most proud of in S. Yeah, I'll just do, yeah. So, oh, baby, we did it. Oh, I got more super chats. But yeah, that was all of my videos ranked. Well, all of them but the Hoodwinked video. But, you know, who needs Hoodwinked, am I right? I'm gonna just look at some of the chats. Because I got super chats. Here's some shekels for you. Happy birthday from Halston Wirt. Thank you, Halston. Reagan Armstrong, where's your Dorkly video? I can't see it. It's in C. It's in C. It's a C from me, dog. Happy birthday, man, from Pastel Aura. Thank you, Pastel. Someone's typing F in chat. I'm gonna just look at some of the chat, see if there's anything interesting to talk about there. Kitty Dog is now very questionable. I wouldn't really know. Don't really keep up with them. I don't think they DM'd me once thanking me for the video. I think that's the only interaction I ever really had with them after I made the video. That's about it. Oh, looks like Peaches was in chat for a while. I guess she left. Thanks for being here, Peaches, if you are. I'm trying to say stuff while I read so it doesn't make me seem like I'm not paying attention during the stream. I'm just reading. Happy birthday. Thank you. A lot of people are saying thank you. Well, guess that's really all there is to it. Ranked all of my content. We'll probably post it on Twitter I've had the tier list in the description if you wanted to check it out. It's also on my Twitter. There's a link to the tier list maker. Thank you all for watching after all this. I'm 18 now. That's cool. I can be charged as an adult in crimes. Probably should have cashed in on that while I still had the chance. But you know, I don't even know what to say after that. So thank you all for coming and watching the video. I knew that a lot of people weren't going to watch it, but it'll make for good second channel content so that I haven't posted there in forever because I've been busy. New video coming soon. I'll see you all in the next stream. I've been Just Stop. See you later.